Good morning, everyone. Amber, can you start us off with roll call, please?
So Ava, Stephanie is actually taking over our outreach and engagement committee for us. So she is going to be our gatekeeper for OEC now. So I'm going to let her.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Stephanie,
good morning.
could you please do roll call?
Of course, yes. Ava Bermudez Zimmerman,
Present.
Sheila Hummel,
Present.
Molly Weston Williamson, Justin Zartman, Adrian Cochran,
Present.
and Sal has not joined us. I believe we have a quorum.
Wait, is our committee number 6 or 7?
I think we are at 6.
Mhm.
Stephanie,
So,
we're at 6.
I believe at 6, yes.
Okay, all right.
Just
No,
one
for some reason I thought you read 7 names, but I'm like, we don't have 7 people. Okay, no, we're good.
Very good.
Thank you. Just want to acknowledge any members from the audience. I guess we do not have any dignitaries, but thank you for being here and thank you for being so steadfast in what the authority has going on. I'm going to go ahead and ask for a motion to approve the August 18th meeting minutes from our last meeting. If I have a motion on the floor in a second, please.
So moved.
A second, please.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, please say yes or aye.
Aye.
Yes. Any opposed or any abstained? Okay, the ayes have it. So thank you for the authority team getting us a great meeting last time, very efficient. I'm sure today is going to be equally as efficient. Obviously, Molly is not with us. She is entitled to a day off. She's very hardworking. And I'll pass over to Jessica Vargas to do outreach and engagement updates.
Thank you, Ava. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Presentation.
See your screen, Jessica.
Thank you. All right, so we did a press release last week following the board meeting with an update of some of the recent numbers in terms of statistics with payments, average length of time for decisions, et cetera, all information that you saw in the board meeting. And we got 3 great pieces of press coverage from that: the Connecticut News Junkie, the Hartford Business Journal, and the Republican American. So I have screenshots of those, and then when you receive the slides, they are linked if you would like to go and read them. And if they are behind a paywall, if you want to just email me, I can just send you the text of the article so that you can read it. But we were pleased, and we were also happy that it was a good array of different publications reaching both consumers and business owners. Second thing to mention is that October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And so we're talking about some different ideas to continue our education of the ways that Connecticut Paid Leave can help victims of family violence. So we are planning to pitch a series of targeted interviews with Andrea and hopefully Megan Scanlon from CCADV. And we're in the process of identifying what radio and or TV outlets we think would be most appropriate to see if they would be willing to do those interviews. We also will be using our social media, of course, to focus on ways that our program can help victims of domestic violence, the different situations that they might be able to use the program for. We've also been doing outreach to regional organizations. We, of course, have worked closely with CCADV as sort of the parent organization. Nancy's had them on her podcast, and they're a great partner. We've also started reaching out to some of the regional organizations as well to see if we can coordinate some placement of our information on their website as another resource for folks who might be seeking support. And then lastly, we are looking into an organization that's over here by me in Eastern Connecticut, Safe Futures. They have a 4K walk coming up in October that they do annually. And we have reached out to see if they would be willing to let us set up a table and distribute some of our information. as you heard me mention in the board meeting last week, this past weekend, Saturday, the 10th, Nancy was down in Stamford at the Healthy Living Expo down there. And she tells me it was a really great turnout, talked to a lot of people. She actually met a small business owner from down in Greenwich who had an employee that used Connecticut paid leave, and was very complimentary of how the program was for her as an employer, and was willing to perhaps do a testimonial or work with us on some materials that we can use. So that was a great day. And then this Saturday, I will be over in Norwich. The Norwich Chamber of Commerce is putting on a Healthy Living Festival. So we'll be there at Dodd Stadium in Norwich for that. So we're from one end of the state to the other. The other thing that we've been talking a lot about and working on is ways to disseminate that notice of rights and responsibilities that employers are required or were required to distribute to employees by July 1st and then annually thereafter. So we've brainstormed some different ideas. We're working on placing some ads in the Hartford, New Haven, and Fairfield County business journals. We also are seeking to be on site at 2 upcoming in-person conferences that Erin will be speaking at. Those are the CBIA Employment Law Conference and the Connecticut Bankers HR Conference. And so our hope is that if they'll allow us to be on site, we can actually have printed copies of this notice to make it really easy and turnkey for employers to take those and make copies and distribute them to their workforces. And then, of course, we will continue to use our social media and email newsletters as a way to drive home this message and make sure that we are using frequency, number one thing in marketing, right? Frequency, and just say it over and over again. So making sure that we use those channels to do that as well. And then lastly, another new event that we have not participated in before, but we're really excited about. This came through Nancy's connection with the Connecticut Association for Healthcare at Home. They are doing an annual conference, the largest of its kind for in-home healthcare and hospice providers. And that's on November 3rd in Hartford. So we are going to be on site there with a table to be able to focus on educating these individuals in hopes that they'll be able to pass on the information to the caregivers and the families that they work with. Those are my updates for today. Happy to answer any questions anyone might have.
Okay, thank you, Jessica. Moving right along, educational opportunities. If Nancy, if you can let us know what you're doing.
Sure. Hello, everybody. Good morning. So far, we have 925 downloads for the podcast. I'm really pushing for 1,000. We just need to get more people to download. So if you could download and share to your friends and family and coworkers, that would be fabulous. Monday, I released a podcast with Senator Julie Kushner. She's just so smart, and she was a wonderful guest. And please listen to that. She's just a wealth of knowledge about Connecticut paid leave. On the 26th, I will release one on Alzheimer's and caregivers. And in October, I just recorded a podcast on addiction, because that is also, the treatment is also covered under Connecticut paid leave. And next week, I'm recording one with the ALS Association. Lindsay Vaughn's mother just died of ALS, and she was a caregiver. So jumping on something that's pretty topical. My grandmother also died of ALS. So I thought that I would jump on that. So we're going to be recording that next week. I'm working on one for hospice. We're going to be doing one on mental health and mental health for adolescents, and probably focusing a little bit on the national as well. So I hope Molly will help me with that. But that is the update for now. Just please like and share. We need 1,000.
Thank you. And you can tell Nancy's done live radio because I said educational updates and we already did that. It was podcast and she went right along. So thank you guys. Thank you for the report. Jacqueline, if you can give us a legislative update.
Hi, good morning. There's not much difference since last week. We did book, though, the Northwest Hills COG. Jessica and I will be going out there on October 13th to do a presentation. I've been following up with some of the other ones as well.
Mhm.
And they're looking at their agendas to see what we can get fit on. A lot of them have different conferences going on in the month of September right now, it appears. So I think there's a little bit of a delay in responding. I also sent out a legislator newsletter. I believe that was on Friday. So I'm going to be doing some follow up on that in terms of our survey to find out what materials would be helpful to them. And also just point out, we sent them the newsletter. I believe everybody's a little bit distracted right now with re-election campaigns and outdoor knocking and everything. And so we are working on, I'm going to be working on following up to say, hey, look at us. So that for the most part is the updates on what was reported last week. I'm happy to answer any questions anybody may have.
No, it's a
Thanks.
quiet.
Have a good day, everybody. Yeah.
Thank you. Any old business? Any new business? Okay. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
A second, please.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you, everyone, for the updates and for being here today. And you gained some time back in your schedule. So have a great day, everyone. You're
Thank
adjourned.
you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Take care,
Bye.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
bye-bye.